See, in Revelation, the Lord not only tells us, some of the things that are wrong with the church, and gives a list of a few of them, and says, some pros and cons of what's going on with them and what they need to change, and just warning us of all hellfire and all the things that are about to break loose in the world. And he doesn't just do that, but he also gives us the final benefit of salvation, like the right now of salvation. He tells us, he gives us something beautiful, something romantic to look forward to, which actually can start this minute. He tells us, behold, I stand at the door and I knock. And I would really like for that dog to shut up barking right now. Anyway, but he says, I stand at the door and I knock. If you hear me knocking and you open the door, I'll come inside and I'll eat with you. And I will be with you. And you will be with me. It says it in slightly different words because I'm not great at remembering word for word a lot. But what I'm telling you isn't different from the truth. If you read it yourself, I think it was Revelation 3:20. Okay? Look it up and read it. This is the finalization, the summary of our salvation. He says, hey, let me in. I want to come in and I want to sit with you and I want to share time with you and I want to eat with you and you with me. You can't have a more friendly, more beautiful, romantic session than that. A concept, not session, but concept. And that's what he wants. It's not about hellfire. It's not about damnation. It's not about all this other, Westboro Baptist Church. It's not about this. He just wants to be with you. He just wants to be with you. That's what your Creator wants. Hellfire, damnation, this is going to happen if you don't... That's not what it's about. Yeah, of course, if you avoid Jesus, if you avoid God, you'll end up where demons go. Hell was not meant for you. Hell wasn't meant for you, all the technicalities involved, that have been known to be involved with being a Christian or knowing God. It's not about technicalities. It's not about that. Jesus said, if you believe in me, then you'll be saved. That's his own words. He says, you must be born again. How do I become born again? Well, you ask Jesus into your heart. You really ask him into your heart. It's not about religion. It's not about, of course, there's some disciplines involved in staying with him. We have to discipline ourselves because, we want everything else. But it's not about doing religious activity. Religious activity is just that, religious activity. He wants you. He just wants to be with you. That's what he made you for. He wants to be with you. It's that simple. And he does, when he says to throw away your things, you see different stories in the Bible where he says throw away your things. Well, it's talking about throwing away your idols. He doesn't want every rich person to give up their money, and it's not really about that. It's what's more important, what's the most important thing to you? And Jesus says, I want to replace what's the most important thing with you because I want to be the most important thing to you. I want to be the most important person to you. Once you and I are together and we have our relationship, then I'll give you the things. I'll give you the things as I see necessary. But he says, first, I want to be with you. I want you to love me. And I want to love, he says, I already love you, but I want you to love me. And I don't want things getting in between us. That's why he says not to do things, because he doesn't want things to get between you and him. He already loves you. He wants you to love him. It's really simple. That's the truest benefit of salvation.